I don't know about professional, but ask me questions. Like I feel like I'm like dying. I feel hot. Like this light and like this.
It's LED.
Okay,
So
all in all this is
it's true introduction.
it's you. You get to speak about whatever you want to speak about. We can ask you questions if you want us to ask questions.
I have so much. Honestly, there's so much I'd love to express. Like whether it's traditional talk therapy or whether it's non-traditional methods of healing. This is it's so important that we bridge and find a way to balance ourselves internally and to be able to have community and connection because we crave that. We all of us somewhere inside of us, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I know the truth. I'm just saying for me is that there's a yearning somewhere to feel connected really deeply. And we find all these ways to connect. What is the internet? It is literally a manifestation of wanting to be connected with our global family. At some point, I had to stop and I had to ask myself, okay, taking into consideration intergenerational trauma, taking into consideration my own addictions and habits, taking into consideration responsibility for the environment that I grew up in, taking into consideration a responsibility for my own biology and the way that my brain is wired, and actually doing the investigation and going in and saying, all right, I need help. I need resources. I don't know where to go. I don't know how, but I had to sit and ask. And I didn't know if I was going to get an answer, but I am fortunate enough that I had that little girl in me, that creative, bubbly, joyful child in me said, just trust. I think if you make friends with discomfort, then it breeds joy. It sounds strange, but for me, I've been able to, throughout my life, learn how to sit with discomfort. I think oftentimes we try to find ways to make things better instead of accepting how things are in the moment. We don't know how to just sit with everything that's happening in our life, everything that's breaking down, learning to surrender. And our ego is so smart that there's so many ways we try to find control, and discomfort is a tool. Learning to make friends with discomfort, it's a tool. I understand that we want to better our lives, and that's good. That's great. And it's necessary. Nobody wants to suffer, because when you're in survival, you can't thrive in so many ways because you're so busy trying to make ends meet in some way on it, just whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, psychological, spiritual. But discomfort is definitely a form of meditation. And it's been my greatest meditation. I had such low self-esteem. I was hypersensitive, super creative, in a school system where I felt like I was slipping through the cracks. And so I went through this process of like dropping out of school, getting back into school, dropping out of school, and then at some point, and then going back, and then I realized mentorships and working with different mentors, and then realizing that I can really live and create whichever way I wanted, but I needed to build a healthy mind, and I needed to learn the language between the mind and the heart, that paradigm, that spectrum between the heart and the mind. My example of strength often, in whether it's Black communities, communities of color, there's a certain understanding that suffering is part of the norm, and so you present a certain level of confidence, and it's not necessarily true confidence. It's confidence that is not on solid foundation. It's confidence that comes from a place of survival. And that's shaky grounds because you can't connect when you're in that place. And so it's like you're being pulled apart. You want to connect so deeply. You want to be happy. You want to feel freedom, yet you can't, because you're stuck in this place where you feel like you're going through a revolving door and the same things keep happening in your life. And it's like, you're like, Why? I don't know if you guys know the Little Blue Dot by Carl Sagan, and it's really famous, and he talks about how everybody you love, everything you've ever, thought of, everything you've ever wished for is on this one tiny blue dot. It's on this one planet. And you back up, and you look at it, and this is our only home that we know of while we're in this body. And as important as it all is, at the same time, it's not that serious. There is nothing I can do outside of myself that's going to solidify the fact that I'm worthy. You're alive, you're worthy. That's it. And so if you're like, from that point on, it becomes a pleasure. It becomes an opportunity. It becomes joy. It becomes a gift to be able to be here and to share. And I'm not saying that it's going to be fun all the time and that it's going to be perfect and you're not going to have challenges and you're not going to have heartbreak and all this. You will. But that's part of contrast. That's part of the dualistic nature of being alive. That's part of this experience of being here. And then it goes back to discomfort. All right. So you develop tools. You develop your own toolbox to be able to have the life that you want and sustain the life that you want in a healthy way. I really love people, you guys. Like, I really do. Like, I really love people. I really love this planet. Like, damn.